Up next, Byron Saxton, backstage with Randy Orton, says that Orton might expect the Shield to be chasing him, but tonight he's got a little bit of a surprise in store. He's got to face the Big Show. Orton says Show stuck his nose where it doesn't belong, and he knows how to deal with people like that. Just ask Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose about that. So we get right into our match, the Big Show versus Randy Orton, also known as Boarfest 2014.
Yeah, I really didn't care for this match. Honestly, all the memorable spots really came from Orton, dude, because he caught Big Show with what I call the second best dropkick in the business. Sorry, Randy, you'll have to take up that complaint with Dolph. And he got his rope hung DDT, which does look awesome when you do it on a guy the size of the Big Show.
Absolutely.
So, I know Big Show had cut a promo before his match, pretty much talking about how, he was bullied as a kid, and when he finally cornered that bully, he was able to knock him out. Big Show wasn't dishing out any knockouts tonight.
No, he was attempting to, though. And at one point, he does end up with both Triple H and Orton wrapped around, with his fist wraps around their neck. And that didn't really last too long, though, because Seth Rollins was in tow, and he came off the top rope with a knee to the face to knock Show out and sadly get Orton disqualified. So Show did technically win the match, but then we did get a Seth Rollins blackout onto Big Show onto a steel chair in the post-match. So I'd say a happy ending for Evolution.
Absolutely. They really assaulted Big Show. And this is another reason why, and now I can freely talk about it since we're reviewing it. I love the blackout. It's because it really doesn't, quote unquote, discriminate against the receiving performer. You could do it to small guys, big guys, really, and everything in between. Like, it's a neutral type of finisher. It doesn't care what, it's awesome. So yeah, great night for Evolution.
Everybody is the same height when they're on their hands and knees.
Did Seth Rollins actually say that, or did you come up with that?
I came up with that.
He should use that in a promo. That was freaking brilliant, dude. I love that. That's awesome. No, seriously. Seriously, I like that. But one more point I wanted to make, Ashton, and I'm sure it was much to your delight as well. You know that something's working, and you're turning a profit from, I guess, the grand scheme that you're constructing, when you got audible, clearly not edited, you sold out chants for Seth Rollins in this main event segment.
Yeah.
It was, and they were loud, dude. Like, you can tell people are really broken up about the Shield breaking up. And yeah, Seth Rollins, I think he's making major bank as far as crowd reaction is concerned. That's awesome.
We now have 3 legitimate contenders at that top heel spot in our back pockets. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and Bo Dallas.
Yeah, really. It's just absolutely incredible. Loving what Seth Rollins is doing right now. He had a great first night, quote unquote, on his own or an affiliate of Evolution or however you want to view him at this point in time. Seth Rollins is standing tall right now.
Absolutely. So that was actually how the show closed out. So let's move on to high spots and low shots.
I'm going to have to say my low shot is RVD.
Good call.
Yeah, had an Intercontinental Championship match against Bad News Barrett and Cesaro, and he put up a game effort. It looked like he was closing in after the frog splash on Cesaro, but ended up eating a bullhammer and the pin in succession. Not a good night for Mr. Friday Night, Rob Van Dam.
I don't know. I think Cesaro might have had a worse night because he wasn't even involved in the decision, and he still couldn't win the Intercontinental Championship.
That is true, but just the fact that he wasn't on the losing end of the decision, in my eyes, makes him have a better night than RVD.
So now he could legitimately lay claim to being the number 1 contender since he was in that match and he didn't lose.
If that's what they want to pursue, or if they have their eyes on a certain briefcase, I don't know. It's really up to them. So, RVD is my low shot.
All right, my low shot, Rybaxel. Enough said. Move on.
Yeah, dude, you freaking nailed it. All right, you know what? My high spot, I'm going to say my high spot's Rusev.
Good for him.
Crushed another one. Within seconds. I even said in the review, Lana's promo before the match was longer than the actual match. I don't know what the future holds for Rusev, but expect him to have some kind of worthwhile match, even if it's a United States Championship match against Sheamus at SummerSlam.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, he's just been steamrolling everybody, dude. I think it's going to culminate in some kind of championship match or program or something by SummerSlam. So I'm very eager to see where Rusev goes.
Definitely. The only thing that I want to say, though, I hope that if he does feud with Sheamus, that he at least wins the freaking title, because the last thing we need is a miniature little John Cena running around with the mid-card title, crushing everybody on their way up to the Cena level.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. I feel like if they are going to put Rusev in this program with Sheamus, he needs to win the strap. Plus, with the current gimmick and everything being
Yeah.
so I mean, can you imagine?
Yep.
I could literally see two courses for the thing to go, and either Lana saying, well, finally you have a proud representative for your country, or if they really want to turn the volume up, I could see him throwing that thing in the trash and bringing out a new title that's emblazoned with the Russian flag and Russian
Yep.
symbols or something
The
like that.
Russian heavyweight championship.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be so cool. All right. My high spot, definitely a pretty obvious pick in my opinion, Seth Rollins. I mean, the win over Ziggler, the match of the night, and he closes the show on top. Just the best night that he's probably ever had.
Dude, absolutely. I knew one of us was going to take it, and I always think you're better at explaining those kinds of things than I am, so I'm glad you picked Seth Rollins. He is a beast. Very much looking forward to what Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns will have to say to him this coming Monday night on Raw. As we learn, they will be addressing Seth Rollins.
Definitely. All right, John, are you ready?
Dude, after that SmackDown, I am pumped. Bring it
30
on.
second hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to make this one somewhat simple.
All right.
We're going to assume, because of the complications in his one arm, that Daniel Bryan's not going to be able to defend the title at Money in the Bank.
Okay.
So that means that we're going to get a WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So my question to you is, since we already know Del Rio is in it, how many people are going to be in it? Who are they going to be? And who is going to walk out with the title? You have 30 seconds, and your time starts now.
Okay, I think there's going to be 8. We already have Del Rio, so that makes 7. 7 guys. Cesaro, Kane. I'm going to say Sheamus. RVD. Oh, God. Christian. Bo Dallas.
One more.
Bray Wyatt. I'm going to say it. Bray Wyatt.
Okay. And who wins?
Oh, who?
3, 2.
Cesaro. I'm going to say Cesaro. I'm going to go all the way with it. Cesaro.
Good God, man.
That was a hard one.
It was simple and there were no like abstract concepts, but I intentionally wanted to make it difficult because you're always doing these in like 15 seconds. So I figured I would give you
Clever bastard.
All right, so you're good to go. That was fun.
Yeah, honestly, if I had time to objectively reflect on those picks, I'd probably disagree with maybe 2 or 3 of them. I honestly forget. Most of the guys I list, I'm just like spout off names. Because I don't think Christian will be in it. I could see Bo, though, getting, again, just that Damian Sandow kind of rub for his rookie main roster year.
You don't think Bad News Barrett's going to be in it?
Well, one of the mid-card champions is going to be. But I think...
both?
It could be both, but I just don't know, because I do see one of them defending their championship at the pay-per-view. So the question was, which one would they rather have defend? And I think that they would have Barrett in that spot and the United States champion competing for even more gold to kind of build that up, I guess. Yeah. So,
since I kind of have a feeling that they're going to go with the authority role and do 8 men, but it'll be Del Rio, Orton, Triple H, Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose, maybe Ziggler, maybe Show, like that crew. And then let Sheamus have his one-on-one match for the title. Let Barrett have maybe even a triple threat for the title. Have the tag titles get defended. They kind of really need to fill out the card. And
right.
As it is right now, the only real alternative, in my opinion, would be a 6-man tag. Or another option would be just a flat-out tag match, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins versus Ambrose and Reigns. That's a possibility. Or you could tag on Triple H and either Ziggler or Big Show to the other side, and you would have a 6-man tag again. But I don't know. It's definitely worth talking about, I suppose.
No, and you and I, we did kind of speculate about this in conversation, and I do see Seth doing a tag match at the pay-per-view. I can't see him in the ladder match, but the crazy thing is, if he was a part of it, and James said it first, so I'd have to give him credit if it happened. Like, I could see Seth with a legitimate chance of winning the championship with
Same
all
here,
Roman
dude.
and
I'm
Fred
right
now.
there with you and James. Completely agree. With the authority behind him, absolutely, I could see him winning that thing.
Which I think that would make for an excellent feud with Bryan when he comes back. Dude, can you
Dude.
imagine the matches they put on together?
Dude, here's my thing. The match that literally got me introduced to Ring of Honor was Bryan Danielson versus Tyler Black. So for that to come full circle in WWE, but not only in WWE, but for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, yes, please.
Dude, it's such an amazing time right now, especially if you really love the Shield and you follow them closely and all that good stuff. Because
If you love the Shield, this is a horrible time. They broke up.
well, but see, we don't. See, here's the thing, though. If you love the Shield, though, yeah, you're kind of heartbroken because they broke up. However, you can't help but be drawn in, though, because did they really break up? I mean, it's
Yes.
like I told you in conversation.
They broke up. They broke
well,
up.
let me finish, man.
I know.
You said that it could be another Daniel Bryan type. We don't know that. They did it once, so it kind of puts in the fans' minds, especially you did to mine. And thanks, I got a freaking garden growing in there now. That, maybe Seth Rollins just got him together and he's like, hey guys, Triple H just said out there that it's not going to be over until we're finished. We can't keep having him breathing down our necks. It's getting ridiculous. We've beaten him 2 times. We've got to put him down for good. So here's what we're going to do. And then they do the huddle and then plans in action. Or maybe it is definitive because Triple H says, hey Seth, you come with me, kid. You get a rocket to the moon, and there's a championship waiting for you when you get there. It's crazy because the guy that I thought would struggle the most to win a world title may just get there the quickest at this point in time with how things are going.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. More like awesome.
No, yeah, because Seth Rollins can pull it off. There have been people who I think have made legitimate claims as to why they feel like Seth Rollins, can't be a heel, but just as many make legitimate claims as to why he can be a heel. I'm more with the latter arguments, obviously. I feel like with a guy that can bump and sell like Rollins, it makes any babyface that punishes him that much more likable and supported because it's like, yeah, give it to that traitor, give it to that Brutus, and that's what they work with. So I'm very intrigued where Money in the Bank goes, dude. It really could. It has a tradition of being just an excellent pay-per-view, and I think that'll continue this year with the way things are looking.
Absolutely. All right, dude. I don't know about you, but I am done talking about this episode of SmackDown. I had a lot of fun. It was a great episode. Definitely a nice improvement from NXT this week, which is one of the weirdest things I think I've ever said. But yeah, if you want to wrap things up, go for it.
Absolutely, guys. This has been SmackDown. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That was my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to comment on Plethoff. And we will see you again for our Monday Night Raw review, where not only are we going to get an update about Daniel Bryan and the championship situation, but we are also going to have Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose going to go headhunting for Seth Rollins.
Oh, man.
Damn straight.